We talked to you earlier in the year about how we were dealing with some of the disruption around COVID-19 at the SACE board and at SATAC. We wanted to come back to you to revisit it and to just give a bit of clarity now that we're in term 3 about the arrangements for the end of the year. You know, we've all been working really hard. You've been working hard, your teachers, shown great resilience in overcoming some of the difficulties. And that's really set us up, I think, for success as we go through this term towards the end of the year. So just wanted to make sure that we had new information for you and that we had that clarity that we could share with you about the end of the year. So Stuart, do you remember when we were asked about this? Will the ATAR go ahead? And if not, how will we be able to apply to university?
Okay, well, yes, the ATAR will go ahead, and as with previous years, pleasingly, we'll be releasing the ATAR at the same time as the SACE results. So that will be before the end of the year, and you will be aware from details from the SACE board when you'll be getting those results. So applications to university will be incredibly consistent, in fact, the same as it has been for previous years. So applications will open on the 3rd of August, and you can start putting in your preferences from that date onwards. This year we'll be doing the offer round in January, so you might recall when we spoke last time there's a lot of uncertainty about what might happen over the course of the year, so we all agreed with the universities that we would push the offer round back from before Christmas to January just in case we needed it. Thankfully it doesn't look like we will, but we'll stick with that date, so it'll be 15th of January for 2021 admissions. So Martin, do you remember when we were talking about this?
How will exams run and what will be the expectations on students if we can't all be in the same room to do it? So we're lucky that I think exams will run pretty much as normal. You know, you've been back at school, getting back into the groove of being at school and with some precautions in place, and we'll be able to run like that at the end of the year. So I'm expecting that exams will run pretty much as normal. We'll be sticking to the same dates and the exam arrangements will be as they've been in the past. We had a number of questions about special provisions and special considerations. And of course, we were working with your schools to see what the disruption would look like. And we've been lucky that there's not been so much disruption. We know that for a few individuals that there has been some quite profound disruption. And for those individuals, we'll consider special provisions. But there's nothing that's blanket across the whole system. We're clear that we don't need that. We're talking with your teachers and we understand that you won't need that. And how about universities and admissions?
Yeah, very similar situation. So again, because thankfully things have settled down significantly, the disruption wasn't as great as we all feared it might have been. We haven't introduced anything new or different, but thankfully we do have existing schemes available through the admissions process through SATAC that we manage on behalf of the universities, such that if you do have unique circumstances or you are in a school-based or individual-based situation where there's been unique disadvantage, we can accommodate that. And if you want more information on that, then please talk to our service team at SATAC.
So there's no need for any COVID-19 specific bonus points or other adjustment factors this year?
That's right. So nothing specific has been put in place in relation to COVID-19. We do have a number of schemes already in place to accommodate unique circumstances, particularly disadvantage. What you may have also seen is in some cases in the media that universities have been making special or new entry pathways available specifically for this year as a one-off. If you do have an interest in that or if you want to find out more about that, you can contact those universities directly. But suffice to say that both TAFE SA and the universities are all very keen to be welcoming you to their campus next year, campus and potentially online, but certainly will do whatever they can to accommodate your situation.
So Stuart, do you remember when we were talking about this?
If VET is shut down, will we still get SACE points for this VET?
So this year, we're going to make sure that if you've got 20 credits of VET and you have been working towards a qualification and done as much as you possibly can, that will count towards the ATAR in the way that it has in the past. We've worked closely together on that to make sure that the learning that you're doing will be valued in the SACE and valued in the ATAR. So it's been a little bit difficult this year. You've been working really hard, teachers have been working hard to make sure that we can continue the learning. That's been the most important thing. So now as we go into term 3, keep that up, keep the learning going. The SACE is a promise to you. a promise that you will learn the skills, knowledge, and dispositions that you'll need to take you forward. We've got our eye on that transition, that pathway to your next step, to university or to TAFE. But the important thing is keep on doing that learning.
And talk to the universities, talk to TAFE SA, talk to SATAC. The SATAC guide is coming out very soon. There's also plenty of opportunities for open days with the institutions to go and find out more about things you might be interested in. And as I mentioned earlier, applications for university open up on the 3rd of August. So please do reach out. We're, I know, very, very keen to see you succeed. Go on to further study. I know the institutions are looking forward to welcoming you next year.
System shut down.